Hello? Hello? Happy Halloween! Happy Halloween! Let me copy this chat. Copy. Okay, I did it. I managed to do it. I haven't done this in a long time, and I was like, can I remember how to do the live stream? Evidently, because here I am. Okay. All right. And weirdly, there's trick-or-treaters out there. It's like for years we haven't had trick-or-treaters, and somebody came, and now I can hear somebody out there again. Very weird. Chat. How do I do the chat again? I don't remember. Oh yes, I think I pasted in here. Delete. Hang on, I'm doing the browser. Okay, I'm not sure if I got it. And I don't know if you can hear the Halloween craziness out there. Let me get myself, gosh. Let me look at myself another way. Hold on. All right, I have to mute. Okay, there's Candace. Happy Halloween to you too, Candace. All right, I think we're going. Okay, all right. Well, happy Halloween. Welcome, everybody. I am a sugar skull. I don't know if you can tell, but I am a sugar skull. It's kind of big here in San Antonio. I winged it. I did the best I could. It's cold here. That's why I'm surprised there's actually, we never get trick-or-treaters, and then I thought, it's cold, no one's going to show up. And I can hear them screaming out there. So, there you have it. So, I just wanted to do, a live stream and do live tarot readings here on Halloween. I had people sending questions, and so I've got those. And then if you're here live, you feel free to pop a question in the chat, and we'll do live readings. I guess I'm just looking at my chat over here because I forget how to put it over there. But if that's all I forgot, I did pretty good. So, I don't know. What else do I want to say? I do want to say something. I bought a deck of Halloween tarot cards just for the occasion. And they're kind of small. Which I got them because I do a lot of parties, and it's kind of better to have a smaller deck. A lot of people fumble with a bigger deck. But I'm not super happy with the way they're showing up on the card cam. But what can you do? It is what it is. And then I also have this Halloween Oracle cards, which we can pull those too. They look super cool. And I have the book that goes with them, but the definitions and stuff, they're kind of heavy. I use these at parties too, and I just kind of stopped using because they're kind of heavy. Oh, see, there's a sugar skull right there. There's like a Day of the Dead. That's what I'm supposed to be, like that lady right there. So anyway, so that's that. So, oh, Sheila, hello, Sheila. Sheila says she loves those cards. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes, that's the Halloween Oracle. You can get these on Amazon. That's where I got them. So there you go. So let's get started. I see Candace is here, and I know Candace asked a question. She sent it to me. Okay, so Candace wants to know, since it is Halloween, what can I do to clearly communicate with my ancestors? All right, so let me think about that. Let me switch to card cam. And can everyone hear me okay? I guess you can. And Stuart is here. Hello, Stuart. He wants to know if will I make or win some good money. Okay, perfect question, Stuart. We'll get to that shortly. But everybody can hear me okay? Yes? No? Type it in the chat if you can hear me okay. I hope everyone can hear me because no one's saying anything. All right, I'm going to go to card cam. Okay, here is card cam. So Candace's question about communicating with the ancestors. Communicating with the ancestors for Candace. So let me think about this for a second here. All right, I'm shuffling for Candace here. All right. All right, so I think what I'll do is I'll pull 3 cards, and these 3 cards will be 3 things Candace can do to clearly communicate with her ancestors. 3 things Candace can do to clearly communicate with her ancestors. So here we go. All right, Candace, 3 things you can do to clearly communicate with your ancestors. All right, so what I got here was, and we'll spend some time looking at the cards here. This is the King of Pumpkins, which in this deck, pumpkins is pentacles. So remember that. Pentacles is pumpkins. And then you got Temperance. Right here. Whoop. Temperance. And you got the 9 of Pumpkins. Another pentacle. You see. Yes, so 9 of Pumpkins. Pentacles. Okay. So, Candace, what comes to mind here is when I saw this Temperance card, you notice she kind of looks like she's in a kitchen, so that made me think of kitchen witchery and kitchen spells. So I do a little bit of magic work myself, and what I like to do is I do kind of magic where it's stuff that you find in your kitchen, like spices and salt and popcorn, and and you mix all that stuff up in a jar, and you like put a petition on a piece of paper and you put it in there and you shake it every day, like that kind of stuff. That's the so you might want to look into like kitchen witchery, kind of like folk magic kind of spells that you could do to connect to your ancestors. I don't know, if you look it up, I'm sure you can find like some sort of saint or deity or something that would help connect you, but off the top of my head I don't know of any. So that's what came to mind when I saw this Temperance card. And what's funny about that, like I said, I do a lot of spells where they use stuff you find in the kitchen, and there was some turkey brine in a jar in my kitchen, and I found it and I thought, what spell is this? It was turkey brine. I thought that was what I like. Okay, only I would do that. Okay, and then you've got the King of Pumpkins and you've got the 9 of Pumpkins. So the pumpkins or the pentacles they're a very grounded energy. They're a very practical energy. So once again, I think this is focusing on practical things, practical connections. So you could also put up like a little shrine to your ancestors and put up pictures or objects or anything, and you can put money on an altar or on a shrine. So since it's pumpkins and pentacles, that's the whole money thing comes to mind there. I'm trying to think what else here with this King of Pentacles. I think that's really it. Like if you feel kind of connected to somebody in specific that's passed over, you might want to ask them to help you get to the others. So when you make your little altar or whatever, I would make sure you connect most to that person that you feel connected to, and then ask them to connect to your other ancestors. So that's what I see with that, and I hope that answers your question, Candace. Candace said strong yes to something, but I don't know. I was talking so, and not looking at the chat. So maybe you were saying I could hear me. That's good. You can hear me. Okay. All right. Yes. And Voss says they can hear me just fine. Okay. So Stuart says, will I make or win some good money? Okay. I want to use different cards for that. Luckily, they happen to be right close to me, Stuart. Okay. So this is an educational channel for those of you who haven't been here before. You may not know that, but I try to teach things. So I'm going to try to teach as I go. And, that's what I'm doing. I'm reading, I'm teaching. That's what we're doing here. And so Stuart says, will I make or win some good money? So on all questions, I usually like a time frame. So Stuart, if you can give me a time frame, like 3 days, 2 weeks, 6 months, something in the chat there, not like 10 years, something in the somewhat near future, but give me a time frame. If I don't see one, I'll make one up in a minute. And then I'm going to talk while I'm waiting for you to answer me. I like to use playing cards, and these are so cute. These are dog playing cards. I mean, these are the most adorable things I've ever seen in my life. I saw them. I don't know where I saw them, but I was like, I have to buy them. So anyway, I like to use playing cards, and the way you use playing cards to get yes or no questions is basically the blacks are no, and the spades are a stronger no, and the clubs are a lesser no, and the red cards are a yes. So the diamonds are your lesser yes, and the hearts are your strong yes. So you lay 3, and so then it's like you look at the kind of like the percentages of what you have, and that's how you figure out the answer to your question. So Stuart says very soon. All right, so Stuart, are you going to win or make or win money very soon? So I'm going to say, to me, very soon is 3 weeks. So we're going to go 3 weeks for Stuart. Are you making some money? Are you winning some money? 3 weeks. And this is unexpected money. This is not, and I'm just saying this for the sake of the cards, this is not like what you normally earn. This is beyond what you normally earn. Will Stuart get some extra money coming in from some unexpected source, like he won something, or he got a bonus, or some kind of extra little boost in the money field in the next 3 weeks? Will Stuart get some of this amazing extra money coming in? So let's find out. Okay, so Stuart, we've got a heart, we've got a spade, and we've got a diamond. It's like these kind of cancel each other, and so then we're left with just this, which is a probably yes. So let me do some regular cards to get a little bit further into this. Okay, so cards, it looks like Stuart's gonna probably get some extra money in the next 3 weeks here. It's gonna come from some kind of source. Like he might win it, he might get a bonus. Somebody might say, hey, I got some extra money, take this money from me, Stuart. I don't know. But cards, where is this extra money gonna come from for Stuart? So let's see what the cards say about where this money is going to come from for you. All right, so we have Queen of Pumpkins. Okay, so this is somebody who has money. If you have a female boss, it could be a boss, your employer. It could be your wife if you're married, or your girlfriend. I don't know. Maybe they get a bonus or something, and then they hand it over to you. Let me put another card here. So that's the Knight of Pumpkins and the 6 of Bats. Okay. So it looks like you were going, it's like something that you're going after. I mean, it's like it comes through another person, but this money is something that you were going after anyway. And this 6 of Bats, you see, they're saying like if things have been kind of crappy, they're going to get better, or just keep trying and maybe more of this money is coming, because it's the 6 of Bats or Swords is an experimentation, kind of card. So it's like if you keep trying, like if this little whatever it is that you put out and it paid off, we'll keep experimenting and see if you can do it again or get more. So there you go. That's Stuart's reading. All right. Sheila says, what's coming for myself, Scorpio, and Libra guy Jeremy for the remainder of the year? I think, did I get your question? Let me look. I think I got that in the... No, that was somebody else that was asking about a guy. Okay. So Sheila, what's coming for myself and Libra guy Jeremy for the remainder of this year? All right. So for the remainder of the year for Sheila and Jeremy. All right, so let's take a look here. And we keep getting trick-or-treaters that is so weird. We like never get them. It's just bizarre. All right, so Sheila, Jeremy, what's going on for the rest of the year? Okay, so we got Sheila, and we got Jeremy. All right, so for Sheila, we've got the 10 of Imps. The 10 of Imps, which Imps are wands in this deck. And for Jeremy, moving his deck over, we have the 8 of Imps. Okay, so it looks like you guys are going to be busy, and a lot's going on between now and the end of the year, because you both got Imps or wands. So that's a lot of activity, a lot of connection, a lot of doing. I think you'll be going to a lot of holiday parties and all that kind of stuff. Okay, now we're adding another card. Maybe I think I'll just I'll read Sheila and then I'll read Jeremy. Oh, I almost put the wrong cards on his side. Okay. All right. So for Sheila, you've also got the Empress. And the Queen of Swords, or the Queen of Bats, which is the Queen of Swords. Okay, so we've got Imps, Empress, Queen of Bats for between now and the rest of the year. All right. So, okay. So it looks like you're going to be getting organized, is what it looks like. You're going to be getting organized, because right now you're super busy and it's like you're overburdened, because as you can see, like this person is like they're carrying so many imps that they dropped one. And so you kind of take control with the Empress in a creative kind of way, and so then you can get more organized. And then the Queen of Bats is not as kind as kind is really the wrong word. You know, she's not as, I don't know. The Empress is more graceful and has more tact. You know, the Queen of Bats is very straightforward, and so she just kind of lays down the law and goes, look, this is what I need from you. This is what is important to me. This is what I can do. This is what I can't do. So the rest of the year is you getting organized, like I said. And it's like, if you have to be a little harsh with people, so be it. For Jeremy, we started with the 8 of Imps, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. That's kind of a really cute card there. The Wheel of Fortune, and then we have the Knight of Bats. So he's taken off on something here too. It's like something happens with this Wheel of Fortune. It's like when I see the Wheel of Fortune, it's like, are you on your way up or on your way down? And then this Knight of Bats is him putting a lot of energy into, I think he might change direction on something. And he's got a lot of energy going out here. This could be around work, or, it could be family, it could be something, but it's like there's something that's taken up a lot of energy, and so he's going to be getting even more focused as we get toward the end of the year, about putting energy into this project, this family, work, whatever it is. So let's see what's between you for the rest of the year. We have the Page of Ghosts, which in this deck, ghosts are cups. So that's the Page of Cups. And then we've got the 3 of Imps, which is wands. And then we've got the Ace of Bats, which is swords. So for you two, like as a couple, between now and the end of the year, um, you've got some visioning to do here with this Three of Imps. This is like you've got some visioning, and you know, and it's cool because it's like you're working on the relationship here with the page. It's like I don't know if this is a real new relationship, but it's like you're working on it and you're putting in the FaceTime, so to speak. And then with the Ace of Bats, it's like, okay, we have a new idea. So this is what I feel like. I feel like it's like somehow you're trying to get your lives to come together, because it's like you've got your stuff going crazy over here and he's got his stuff going crazy over here, and you're like, how can we get this to come together, with us? And so that's what, between now and the end of the year, you guys are going to be doing some visioning on that. And with the Ace of Bats, you there's a possibility that you can get a new focus or get a new idea about how that all works. So that's that for Sheila. Okay. All right, we've got a lot of people showing up. That is awesome. Welcome everybody. Maybe I'll go back to me for just a second here. I'll go back to me. There's a possibility that you can get a new focus. Okay. Hi again. Hi. Welcome to the Halloween free tarot readings. Thank you for showing up. I do have some questions that people sent in, and then it looks like people are already putting their questions in the chat if they have them. So that is awesome. Sheila commented on the reading saying we are working towards something. He's new person. Oh, he's like a new boyfriend. Okay. Definitely trying to make things work. Spot on. Thanks again. All right. Great. Wonderful. Yay. Oh, and I had somebody sent me a very detailed explanation of what happened after I gave them a reading, and I was really flattered. I mean, I've like never had anybody do that. I usually like people come and go and I don't even know what happens. I never get feedback, but I got like 3 pages from somebody. And I was just blown away. I was like, wow, that is so awesome. So, I advise you to do that. If you read for yourself, really take the time and make the effort to write down your readings and then go back and look at them and see what happened. Because that's just good science. That's just good research. Otherwise, you're just always like doing readings and, occasionally you might kind of remember something and be like, oh yeah, that actually happened. But, unless you actually go back and look, you don't know. So, you can do them on your phone. You can take a little picture and you can put it in Evernote or whatever you want, or in your notes, and just write something down just real quick, and the date and everything. And then later you can go back through and scroll through and, kind of check it out and see what happens. So that's just my suggestion, because like I said, I'm going to be teaching and reading. So, okay, let's go back to card cam. Card cam. Okay, back at card cam. So I'm going to do one of the questions that got sent in to me, because, I never know if anyone's going to show up, so I had to have some. So let me do one for Sarah. Oh, this one came from Namaste Today. I don't know if you know about Christopher Witecki and Namaste Today, but that's a really good group. And it's like, I love the questions that come through that group, because it's like, these people they know the kind of questions I want and I like. You don't have to ask this kind of question, but anyway. So Sarah says, what are my barriers and what must I do to overcome them? All right. So Sarah, what are your barriers and what must you do to overcome them? So this is an example of how you can use a 3-card spread. 3-card spreads, super versatile. You can use them in so many different ways. All right, Sarah, what are my barriers and what can I do to overcome them? All right, so this is Sarah. This is where she's trying to get to. This is how she can get there. So I actually did 4 because I put 2 in the middle, but you could just put 1 in the middle. I don't have it. I did it that way. So, okay, so Sarah is here. She's the Hermit. So, like maybe she's been very isolated physically, or maybe she's just been more internal and she's like kind of trying to feel her way and find her way forward, using her inner knowledge and her inner guidance. And where she's trying to get to is the Five of Ghosts. So, yeah, she's trying to make an emotional change. So the barriers here is the four of bats, which is swords. So that is about withdrawing. So we're talking about a lot of emotional withdrawal here. And then justice is, okay, so she's trying to weigh things out and she's trying to make a decision. Now, what I would say about these as barrier cards is that we've got the bats, which can be mental energy and like thought processes. And then we've got justice, which also can involve thought processes once again. So, Sarah, I would say the barriers is that you're in your head too much. And so because you're trying to get to this emotional part. So the advice would be to get out of your head. So how can you get out of your head? We have got the Lovers. All right, the Lovers card. So the Lovers are about choices. So it's like, it could be like, do you just stay exactly the way you are, or do you make a change? Or it's like what you're trying to weigh out may be like, oh, I really want to do this, but I'm worried about what other people are going to say about it. That can be the Justice card. So it's like, you gotta go one way or the other. You use this, with this mental energy and stuff, and it's like, make a choice. And then if you don't like that choice, make another choice. And if you don't like that choice, make another choice. So that's what I think the thing is it's like you just gotta quick with the mental energy, try to just instinctually just make a choice and then feel the emotions, and then make another choice and feel the emotions, and make another choice and feel the emotions. And I think if you do that, that's going to kind of get the process moving and rolling, and then that's how you're going to get past your barriers and your obstacles. So that's that. All right. Okay, so lots of people in the chat. So let's pick one from here. Okay. Okay, so Alexis May says, hi there, should I go ahead with my new business plans? Capricorn here, thanks. All right, Alexis, I'm a Capricorn rising, so, and I love business questions. So, all right, should I go ahead with my new business plans, says Alexis. All right, so, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to find out, I'm going to ask about your business, and then what is the likely outcome if you go ahead with it. Because I can't tell you if you should or shouldn't do anything. You'll have to decide that. But let's look at it more closely, and then you can make a decision. So, all right. So, Alexis's business plans. What would happen if she went forward with them? All right. And I used to work for an Alexis. So here we go. All right. This is the crux of what's going on is we have the Seven of Imps, which are wands, and the Two of Imps, which are also wands, coming together. And this is kind of a funny Two of Wands. It's like those two were fighting and they got in trouble. They're getting separated. So with the Seven, a lot of times, like the Seven is a struggle of sorts, and sometimes it's a struggle with planning. Sometimes it's a struggle with having to do the work, or sometimes it can even be like maybe a bit of a loss or something. And then we have the Two. And the two of Imps I usually see as an attraction. But see, like this guy in the card here, he's like pulling them apart. So it's like I feel like this business idea is like you want to go ahead with it, but it's like somebody's trying to pull it apart. But I mean, there's a really strong attraction and excitement and energy and stuff around this business idea. You're over here. You're the sun. So like that's cool. It's like it's like this is a good self-expressive kind of thing for you to be doing, and you're trying to get to the part where you're the empress, where you have a business and you're in charge and it's successful and you're making money and it's growing and blah 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 blah, all that kind of stuff. So the basis of it, this is fun. The three of ghosts, this is fun. This is a fun business. And at the top of mind, we have the king of imps. So it's like there's a lot of energy here, and it's like you really want to put your creative energy into it. So what you need to know is the Justice card, which we had come up in the last reading, and who or what can help you is the Ten of Imps, and then we have the What If card, which is the King of Ghosts. Okay, so we've got a lot of fire in this reading, a lot of imps in this reading, so there's a possibility that it's like you could just burn out on this thing. Like it could just go out in just a big ball of flame because it's just like too much. It's all consuming. It burns you out. It burns you up. Because we have who or what can help you. We have the Ten of Imps, which is the Ten of Wands. So it's like, I mean, I think it's saying it's like, go ahead and take on that burden if you feel you're up to it, but I'm just saying be careful because there's a lot of fire. What you need to know is the Justice card. So once again, it's like, make a decision. Are you afraid of what other people will say or think of you if you go ahead with this? But make a decision. And then the What If card this is the King of Ghosts. So this King of Ghosts has an opportunity to bring some kind of cooling water to this whole enterprise, which is very fiery, which is good. But it's like, what if, what if it could be a little emotionally easy? Because I don't know if you're getting all like twisted up about this and like, I just gotta get out there and fight and you know what I mean? Like you hear that about like starting business stuff. You just gotta go for it and go for broke and throw everything into it. You know what I mean? And so, this King of Ghosts is saying like, what if you could just kind of chill out a little bit here and be a little cooler about this and just kind of enjoy it more, which did come up, the enjoying it. So I think the result is that yes, it could. I'm not seeing any money, but I don't really know a lot about what you're trying to do here, but it's like you have the enthusiasm for it. Maybe I think the thing is like maybe you need to get like other people involved that can kind of balance you out a little bit on this thing, and then and then see where it goes from there. So I hope that was helpful. Okay, so let me see if you said anything. You didn't say anything. Okay. All right. So we have Miss T. Miss T. Miss T says, I was told in another reading that I would meet someone while traveling. I'll be taking a trip soon. Who was a good match for me, but the connection was unclear to the reader. I'd like to know more about this person or meeting in our connection. Okay. Good question. Good question. Let me shuffle and get a drink. All right, so we have Miss T. Miss T. Miss T says, I was told in another reading that I would meet someone while traveling. I'll be taking a trip soon. It was a good match for me. All right, so Miss T. Okay. Okay, meeting someone while traveling. So we want to know about this person. Okay. All right, so here we go. Here we go. All right, we have Miss T. All right, and we have the other person. Okay, so this is kind of interesting right off the bat, because we have Miss T as the Nine of Bats or the Nine of Swords. So I don't know what you're worried about, but it's you know, I don't know. Maybe you're just overworked or something, and that's why you're going on a trip. Or I don't know if you're worried about the trip or what you're worried about, but this is like you're kind of stressed out. This other person is the Eight of Ghosts. So for sure they're traveling alone. I would, because this is a card of doing it on your own here. So like you can see, they're traveling by themselves. They're traveling by themselves. So, but the connection between you is the Nine of Ghosts. Okay. So the Nine of Ghosts. All right. So this card always makes me think of restaurants. Not in this particular instance so much, but it makes me think of restaurants. And so, like, when you meet this person, it's like you're looking for a relationship, they're looking for a relationship. You know, this isn't, I don't think it's like, I didn't expect to fall in love kind of things, or I just saw this person, it was like, I think when you meet each other, it's going to be like, yeah, I'm looking, and they're like, yeah, I'm looking, that kind of thing. So Miss T's expectation is the Ten of Ghosts, and this other person's is the Two of Imps. Okay, here we go with that card again. So, yeah, so Miss T is she's really looking for a relationship and looking for the happily ever after here, and looking for long-term relationship, happily ever after, good emotional connection, good partnership, all that kind of stuff. And this other person's just, this Two of Imps is a very strong attraction. So this person's looking for somebody that they're very attracted to. And so, I mean, I would say it's not like they're like, oh, well, I'll just settle for somebody because I'm really looking for somebody. Like, they're looking for somebody that they're really attracted to. So let me do 3 cards that's just going to tell me more about, like, how this is going to go down or something here. So we've got the Eight of Imps, the King of Pumpkins, the Two of Ghosts. Oh, the Two of Ghosts. So this is the love card here. And the Eight of Imps, it's going to happen fast. And, the King of Pumpkins makes me think that this really could be a long-term thing. So I think you're going to kind of surprise each other is what I think. It's like, I think you're going to feel like I didn't expect to like somebody like this, and the other person's going to be like, I didn't expect to like somebody like you. Like, it's going to be, but it's a good surprise. And like I said, it's gonna happen fast, and I think it could be long term. So that, for what it's worth, Miss T, that's what I see. All right. Moving on. I think it's like, all right. I think you're gonna feel like Lucy, all you have to do is put your question in the chat, and I will answer it. And Monica, no, there's not a list. Just put your question in the chat. So that, for what it's worth, Miss T, that's what I see. Phantom's talking about. Hello, Phantom. Verena says, how will things unfold for the next 3 months? All right, Verena, the next 3 months. So this is another, and like I've said before, I kind of teach and read and teach at the same time. So once again, we'll do an example of a 3-card reading, because somebody said, what's going to unfold in the next 3 months? So, and that was Verena. So Verena, this is how things are going to unfold for you in the next 3 months. All right, so we've got the Ace of Pumpkins, the Page of Imps, and the Queen of Ghosts. And then I'm going to put a card for Verena, and then like her, what's crossing her, or what the struggle is. I think Verena she's trying to get past something where somebody misused her trust, or she was betrayed by somebody. I mean, I don't want to make it sound super dramatic. Oh, you were betrayed, but like, somebody did something that like wasn't kosher, it wasn't cool, and so it's like the Six of Bats. She's this working on getting past that. So for next month for Verena, we've got the Ace of Pumpkins. So this is some stability coming in. Maybe after this betrayal, or it could even be something like a new job. But it's like there's a potential to get some good grounding energy in here, and get a hold after the ground shook kind of thing. And then for month 2, which would be, so like next month would be November, so then the following month would be December. So in December, it's like, okay, she starts looking around for stuff. And then month 3, the Queen of Ghosts, then it's like, then it's like the emotional stability comes back in. So so it's like, that's what I feel like. So for Verena, the next 3 months it's like, you're going to get your feet back under you. You're going to start looking around, like whether you're looking for a new job, a new friend, or new whatever, to get past whatever kind of got messed up here with the Seven of Bats, and then the emotional stability. So by January of next year, it's like you're looking good. You are looking good. You could even attract a partner if that's what you're looking for, like if you're looking for a relationship. But so it's like you're getting back out there, things are getting back to normal. So that is for Verena, and that was one that got sent in. So, okay, Miss T is saying, wow, thank you. Yeah, so come back and let us know after your trip how that goes. Okay. Hello, loyal to the royal. That's a cool handle. Okay. So, some people were asking how to get a reading, but then they did not ask me a question. So go ahead and you can type your question in the chat if you want me to read for you. So let me see what else is in here. There's bound to be something else. Okay. Okay, Phantom Punk says, may I have a reading on who's coming my way concerning love in the near future? Gemini. I guess you're saying you're a Gemini. Okay. Who's coming my way in the near future? Okay. All right. So Phantom Punk, the Gemini. All right. Who is coming your way in the near future? There is magic in your near future. All right. So here we go. Gemini. All right. So here you are. Phantom Punk Gemini. The Hermit. We've got another Hermit person. We've got a lot of Hermit people. And that, of course, makes sense because you're on Halloween. You're on YouTube. You're not out at a party. So we've got you, and it's like you're kind of keeping to yourself, Gemini. So who's coming in the near future? We've got the Page of Imps. So this is somebody who, at least at this moment, I mean, you may not be permanently that way. Since you are a Gemini, you have to have some kind of social aspect to yourself. But at least at the moment, you're being kind of private and secluded. So the person that's coming your way in the near future is a lot more of a, social person, a connector, somebody who knows a lot of people. They could be younger than you with them being a page. Your expectation with this person is, wow, here it comes again. This is so amazing. Somebody else got like the same thing, 10 of Ghosts. So it's like you're looking for a good long-term relationship. This other person is looking for 3 of Pumpkins. So they want to do shit. They want to do stuff. They do not want to sit on the couch. They do not want to watch TV. They do not want to watch YouTube. They want to actually do stuff and create stuff with you. So what's between you guys is the King of Bats. Okay. So it's like you guys could do a lot together. And it's like you share it's like you like to talk about things, you like to have great discussions, in-depth discussions about all kinds of things, and you both are very good about it. So that's good for you as a Gemini. So what could be something that could throw something in a wrench in the works here is the Six of Ghosts. So the Six of Ghosts or Cups is kind of like it brings up the past. So I don't know if perhaps maybe you know this person from before, you know what I mean, and it's like you expect them to be like you knew them before, or so something about like I don't really see it like as past relationships, past betrayals, past disappointments or anything like that, but it's just like something from the past could potentially throw a wrench into this whole thing. So like I said, I don't know if you guys actually knew each other before, or if it's just maybe it's just I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say like it's too. I don't want to use the word infantile. Like maybe it's too childlike, too innocent, too something like that. Maybe that's what it is. It's like a really kind of, like when you're, I don't know, I can remember like hanging out with guys in college and stuff, and it was just such a little innocent kind of thing. I don't know if I'm able to describe that right, but it's like that could be what trips you up, but I don't think ultimately, let's see, where does this go? Then we have the Queen of Imps here. So that's where the fire comes in. So, this looks like a really lovely kind of thing, and kind of a rare thing these days. I mean, I don't know. We've lost our social skills. I mean, my son is 18, and I'm just like, I look at him and his friends sometimes, and I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? It's like, we've completely lost our social skills and our social graces. So this seems like this person that you're going to be meeting is like, there's this really cute innocence to it, and then it's like, it kind of just grows and happens, kind of like maybe relationships should, or kind of how they used to, how they used to, and they don't anymore. Like now, everybody's all impatient, and then we ghost each other, and then we stalk each other on social media. This is like this is not even, we're not even going there with this thing. So that's what it looks like. It looks like it's going to be fun and cute and innocent, and then it's going to grow into something more. So be on the lookout. Could be younger. The person could be younger. All right. So what else we got here? Let me see. Does somebody else say something here? Lucy says, I need to know if I should go and try to make my marriage work. All right. Okay, so once again, like I said, with the should questions, I don't know what you should do, but we'll take a closer look at things and kind of try to pick it apart a little bit, and then you can make up your own mind. So, Lucy, your husband, I need to know if I should go and try to make my marriage work. Okay, you and your husband, what's going on here? All right, so this is you. You're the Ace of Ghosts. This is your husband. He is the Queen of Ghosts. Okay. And this is what is between you, which is Justice. Okay, this card's coming up a lot tonight. So, all right, so the Ace of Ghosts is like, okay, you have a potential to feel something here. And he already does feel something here. So, I mean, I would say that he does feel, he has good feelings towards you. you know, you're here, you're like, with this Ace of Ghosts, it's like you don't necessarily know what you feel, and you don't, it's like you could feel it if you want to, but maybe you won't. And so then we have what's between you. It's like you guys have a choice to make. So this is what your issue with him is, the Three of Imps. So you're like, okay, where's this going, dude? Like, where is this going? Where are we going? His issue with you, you're so weird. You have like this little mirroring thing going on. His is the Four of Imps. So his issue with you is the Four of Imps. I'm kind of gonna guess here, but it kind of feels like it's like, okay, well, we have something here, so what are you bitching about? And a lot of men are kind of like that, where they're just like, it's like, we're together, what's the problem? You know what I mean? So that's what he's like. Okay, we have a house together, we live together, we're married. Like, what's the big deal? And so how you guys could connect is the Ten of Ghosts. So this is the happily ever after card, which has come up several times too. So this is talking about, once again, there's that emotional connection and you are here, Lucy, where you're like, well, I'm not sure I want to feel these feelings right now. I don't know if I want to work through this right now, which is fine. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You can take whatever you want. And it's like, if you want some kind of proof or something from him first, then like, that's cool. But he's kind of operating from, well, look at what we already have. And you're like, well, where are we going? So this is what is likely to happen if you try to reconcile. So we have Temperance. And then if you don't try to reconcile or work through it, is the Sun. Okay, so this is one of these deals where it's like you really can pick either path. It's up to you what you want to do. So if you reconcile, we have Temperance. So Temperance is healing, and it's putting things together in a new way. So in a way, he has a point that, hey, we already got something. And then you have a point like, where are we going? It's like, well, the point could be, we're going to do things a little bit differently. It's like, we already have a lot of things, but we're going to put them together in a new way. And then if you don't reconcile, we have the Sun card. So that's a greater expression of yourself and your vitality and your energy and all that. So it's kind of like, it's up to you if you want to, you know what I mean? If you want to put the energy in and the work in and stuff to reconciling, like, it could work. Or if you just decide to go your own way, that can work. So, and a lot of times that's how these things are. So I wish I could kind of give you more. Let's get an advice card. We need an advice card. Okay, with more Imps. Ace of Imps. So this is talking about, getting excited about something. So it's like, do whatever really in your heart you really feel like, this is what I want to do. So you kind of got to separate, like, how it looks to other people, or what anybody says, or what anybody expects, or what your husband expects, or anything. And just like, it's like, this is kind of like grabbing a tiger by the tail thing here. So it's like, whatever is like the strongest pull, that's the one that you go for. So that's the advice on that one for Lucy. Okay. All right, let me... I did Candace's, right? Yeah, we did Candace's, because I'm going to do another send-in. And how are we doing on time? We're 54 minutes. Okay. All right, so Francis said, what is the best way to move forward with my love life with Jesse? All right. Okay, lots of relationship questions. So, Lindsay and Jesse. All right, let's take a look. Lindsay and Jesse. All right. So, Lindsay is 5 of bats. Jesse is the Empress. So this is cards. I'm getting a lot of repeat cards tonight. I don't know what to think about that. So, Lindsay, 5 of bats. Jesse is the Empress. So, all right. So, Lindsay is like, you've got an axe to grind here. You've got a problem. I don't know if it's necessarily with Jesse, but it's like there's an issue. There's definitely an issue that you need to get resolved. And Jesse is the Empress, so it looks like he's in a good spot in his life. He's doing cool. So your expectation in this relationship is the devil. Okay, so here we go. We've got the devil. So the devil is the I can't because card. So it's like, you're just like, I can't whatever with this relationship, whether it's commit, be full in, move forward with it, because you said what's the best way to move forward. It's just like, but you're telling yourself all this stuff like I can't because whatever is something that happened in the past. I can't because I'm not seeing this from Jesse, or I can't because I'm afraid that later on down the line this is going to happen, or whatever. Now his expectation of you is the Fool. Okay, so he's an interesting person for sure. So it's like the Fool is very carefree and is like setting off in a new direction. And so it's like he's just expecting to just be like, let's just see where this thing goes. Let's just, this is almost like, let's go to Vegas and elope. Like this is like devil may care. Over here we have the devil, and then over here we have devil may care. So how you can move forward, we have the Knight of Bats. And I want to put 2 more. And then we got the 3 of Pumpkins. And we've got the Tower. Okay. So this is making me think like break down and break through here. So how you can move forward with Jesse is it's like you got to break down the barriers. Like I don't know, and it seems like it's not really on his side. He's kind of like, hey, whatever. And it's like, but you've got all these walls up, and you're like, no. So the Tower is like, you got to break down these barriers. The Knight of Bats is like, yeah, you got to be really super determined about that. And 3 of Pumpkins is telling me do the work. So the question that comes to my mind is it worth it to do the work? And we have the 7 of Ghosts. So that means you've got a lot of choices, and so you can, you're probably feeling overwhelmed, but if you can, then make a choice. Just make a choice and then do the work. So that's how you can move forward with Jesse. So that was for Francis, right? No, Lindsay. No, what? Oh, her name isn't Lindsay, it's Francis. Oh my goodness. Francis and Jesse. Sorry. Okay. All right, so let's move on. Going back to the chat, looking for another question here. So, Celise Chime says, hello, I would like to know how a Libra feels for me. We're not in each other's paths. I liked him a lot in the past. I'm a Taurus. Thank you. Okay. All right. So how does this person feel about you? And you're not in the same circles. It's not like you're seeing each other all the time. And you liked him a lot in the past. Okay. All right. So we'll just do it like I've been doing it for the relationship. So this is Celis. I'm going to say your name is Celis. So that's Celis, and this is this Libra person. Okay, so you're the Knight of Bats. He's the Knight of Ghosts. Okay, so How does he feel about you? It's the 8 of Pumpkins. Okay, so either he feels like you're a lot of work, or he's just busy with work and he doesn't have time to think about you. That's what I would say to that. So how you feel about him is the Ace of Bats. So yeah, so I think you are curious, and like I said, he like I said, either thinks you're a lot of work or he's too busy working. So I would pick somebody else because he's doing his own thing right now. I would pick somebody else. Maybe circle back around later. All right. Miss Bombshell, 91. What can I expect these last 2 months of the year? Okay, a lot of people have been asking that. So, the last 2 months of the year for Miss Bombshell. Then loyal to the royal. Was I skipped? Or are you doing here? Drawn to? I will do you next. I was just kind of glancing around and I missed you. But I'll do you next. Loyal to the royal. So this one is for, was it Miss Bombshell? Can I ask what I can expect for the next 2 months? Okay. All right, Miss Bombshell. All right, so Miss Bombshell, this is you. This is what you're working on here. So you are the death card, and that's a happy skeleton. And then you're working on 10 of imps here. So you're clearing out. This is what you're doing, some major clearing out, some major transformation here. So you're letting go. So you can be assured with this 10 of imps here, you're not done letting go. So you're almost there, so hang in there, but you're still cleaning house, you're still letting go, getting rid of all relationships, things you don't need, things that don't work for you anymore. So for the last 2 months, we'll do 2 cards. So you have the Lovers and you have Judgment. Okay, all right. So these cards, they kind of look similar in a weird sort of way. They both have like a scary guy there. And then people like looking at the scary guy going, oh, what? So with the Lovers and Judgment, okay, so the Lovers, this came out before, so like I said, the Lovers is really primarily, it's about choices and about making choices and consequences of choices. And it's like, do you take the path the road less traveled, or you take the highway that everybody goes on? Like those kind of life choice, questions, forks in the road. And then Judgment is about letting a part of yourself out that would previously you were keeping like in the closet, hidden. You didn't want people to know that about you, or you didn't feel comfortable letting people know these things about you. But with the Judgment card, it's like you're being called to bring that part out and to follow that part of yourself that has been previously hidden. So it's going to be an intense next 2 months till the end of the year, and probably even into next year, because we're going to hit eclipse season again in December, and it's going to be December, January. So I'd say even the next 3 months, 2 months at the end of the year, and then into next year. So you're working, you're growing, keep doing what you're doing, and you'll get there. So that is that. All right. So the loyal to the royal. Okay. Is TJ a Sag leaving Ariel Taurus tonight morning, like 1 to 6 a.m.? Okay, that's a super specific question. So you're asking if these people are going to break up tonight, early in the morning, somehow, some way. All right. So for this one, I'm gonna get out the playing cards. And if you weren't here earlier, I was saying that I like to, for yes/no questions, I like to do playing cards. And so basically reds are yes, blacks are no. And there's different shades of yes and no in there, which I can go over when I lay them out. You lay 3, so whatever's the highest percentage wins. So you'll see when I do it. So, all right, are these people breaking up? Ariel, PJ, and Ariel, are they breaking up? In the very near future, between 1 and 6 a.m., very coming up tonight, is it happening? The breakup. All right, so we have a red, a black, and a black. So the spades are a strong no. So that overpowers this lighter yes. So that means no. No, they are not. They're not. They are not. All right. So, baby Fantasia, can I expect anything in love within the next 6 months or so? You are a Taurus. Well, baby Fantasia, you've got Uranus in your sign, so anything can happen. Anything can happen. All right. Can I expect love within the next 6 months or so? Okay, so let me think how I want to do this one. All right, so this is you. You're the 7 of bats. This is your blockages or what's in your way, and that's the 5 of bats. So this, I think a similar thing came up for somebody else. So baby Fantasia is like, you got some stuff to get over. Like there was a betrayal or something went down, something went wrong, and it's like, and you've got an axe to grind. So it's like you're working through that. So anything in love in the next 6 months. So I'm going to put 3 cards for the next 6 months. And we have the Knight of Pumpkins, the 6 of Ghosts, and the Ace of Bats. So, it's like, with this Knight of Pumpkins, it's like you're really looking and seeking for some stability. I think you'll have good friendships and good people around you. And then we have the Ace of Bats, and it's like you can kind of change your viewpoint on something. But I'm not really seeing any relationships. Okay, so all right, so I can ask like why no relationships? So we have the Emperor and we have Death. Okay, so I think this is something about letting go of control here. Okay, so all right, so let me put one more card. We got the 7 of Ghosts. Okay, all right. So yeah, so it's like you've got these overwhelming feelings, and it's like you got to let go of the control here. It's like you got to let go of the control. You can't. And that probably goes back to like this thing where it's like you can't let something go. You gotta let go of the control. Then that's when you can, a relationship's going to come in. But I mean, life is not going to be terrible. It's not going to be terrible. You're going to have a lot of friends. You're going to have some good times. So that's the next 6 months. That's what you've got ahead of you. Okay. Tanya just liked and subscribed. Thank you. All right. I should go like maybe another 10 minutes and then I should probably get off here. All right, Reem subscribed. I will let you know when the next one's going to happen. Okay, so who else do I need to talk about or answer a question for? Candy says, will my ex Matthew reach out for me? All right, so let's find out what's going on with Matthew and you. All right, so Candy is here. You're the 6 of Ghosts, and Matthew is the Moon. Okay, so all right. So will he reach out to you? We have the Queen of Ghosts. So I think he very well could. I do. I think he's going through a rough time here with the moon, but I think he could reach out to you. So let me see. What he thinks about you is the star. So you're his guiding star, and I hope he's not somebody that drags you down. I hope he's not. I hope this is like an okay thing where it's just like you can be supportive to somebody and he's just not sucking everything from you. But you're his guiding light, you're his guiding star, and what you think about him is the Seven of Ghosts. So here we go again with this overwhelm, like the emotional overwhelm. So I don't know, maybe I was saying the right thing, that maybe his emotional energy is like too much for you. It's just and sometimes people are like that, and you just kind of you got to let them deal with their own stuff. But I don't know, I could be way off base. But anyway, I feel like he will reach out to you. So we'll just leave it at that. Okay. Let me see. I need to make sure I get all the ones that got sent in. Oh, I think there's only one left. Yes. Okay. So someone named Mimi, what's in store for love life for Mimi? Mimi, Mimi, Mimi. All right. Mimi's love life. All right. Mimi. So here you are, Mimi. Knight of Bats crossed by the Six of Bats. Oh, they got that before. That's so weird. Okay. All right. So yeah, Mimi, it's like you're on a mission here, and you are moving in the right direction. I'll tell you that much. So what's in store for your love life? This will do for the next 6 months here for Mimi. So you have so here you are. It's like you are very busy. You're trying to herd cats. You're trying to like keep it together, keep it between the lines, but there's a lot going on. You're trying to get to this place where it's like you can be in a spot of emotional fulfillment and like take a break and enjoy life a little bit. So you really we had somebody else like this where we have a lot of this imp energy. So like there's a lot going on, and it's like you're really focused on something and like making projects happen. And at the top of mind is like you're trying to get a vision of like where you're going. So this is kind of like overwhelming, the whole possibility of like any kind of love life, because you're just so wrapped up in doing whatever you're doing here. So what you need to know is the Page of Ghosts. So that's the classic, like open up, be open to love, open to relationship. Who or what can help you is the Empress. So you may know somebody that has the richness of life that was like that you yourself, and nurturing yourself and pampering yourself, so that it's like it's just like you're taking care of yourself, and then it makes you more attractive to other people because you're not running around like a chicken with your head cut off all the time going ah. And then the what if card is the Chariot. So this is basically saying like, what kind of person do you want to bring in? How do you want to roll? How do you want to ride? Do you want to have a relationship that looks like this, like a Munsters car, or do you want to have a relationship that looks like a Rolls Royce, or do you want to have one that's like a dune buggy, or you know what I mean? So it's like that's the thing. I think you got to slow down a little bit, take care of yourself, and when you do that, then you can kind of focus on like, hey, what kind of partner do I want? What kind of relationship do I want? So that's what's in store for you, Mimi. Okay. All right. I'm going to do one more. Okay. Miss T says, I have another question. How bold conservative should I be with regard to revealing my personal truths? Will doing so help me in finding my tribe? Well, that's a great question to end on. That's a really good one. That's a great question. Okay. So how bold, conservative should I be in regard to revealing my personal truths? Will doing so help me find my tribe? Okay, so that's like the judgment card here. So it's like she's asking about the judgment. All right, so all right, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. All right, so Miss T, this is you. You're the Empress, so you got it going on. You're relaxed in your environment. You're fruitful. You're taking care of yourself. You're creative. You're doing stuff. Okay, so this is how you should act when revealing your personal truths. Okay, so we have the Ace of Pumpkins, the Ace of Bats, and the Six of Bats. Okay, so the Six of Bats tells me right off that it's like you're going to have to experiment with this. So there's not like a one answer thing. You're going to have to experiment. With the Ace of Pumpkins and the Ace of Bats. So, you know, I feel like as long as you can back up what you're saying, you know, and then back up what you're saying, like throw something up out there that you can back up. Not something like, you know, crazy, outrageous, and that you have no proof of, no experience of, no, you know what I mean? Like, you don't, it's like, we all may have high ideals or whatever, like, you know, crazy beliefs or something, but you know, you don't have any actually direct experience with it. So this is not what we're talking about. So if you want to talk about your personal truths and you have a personal experience that can back it up, those are the ones that you want to go for. And then, like I said, it's like experimental kitchen. This is a little process here, so you can be like, you know, throw it out there one day and just be like, let me tell you a story about how blah 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 blah, you know what I mean? And like that's your little parable of your personal truth there, and it is backed up with experience. You know what you're talking about. You're not just making crap up going, if the world was a better place, you know. It's like actual stuff, you know. That's what I would do. And so it's like the experimentation part is like, then you're going to get feedback and you're going to be like, oh, this is how that went or that, you know, and then you'll see how comfortable you are and how bold you want to be. So just like little steps, try it out and just back it up with personal experience. So good luck with that. Good luck. So I think I'm going to go. It's 8:20. I've been on here a while. Let me switch back to me. Yay, it's me. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming and bringing your questions. I had fun. I hope you had fun. I hope this was helpful, useful. I'll be back again sometime. Yeah, and happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, and we'll get together again in the future. So, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you so much, everyone.